Hey guys, came for 15, joined by my uncle Daryl. We're back with another NFL video for you guys. And season is going fast. We're already in week 10. NFL trade deadline is currently going on as of this recording. It's also election day, but I'm not gonna get into politics. But um yeah, other than our Chicago Bears, I hope everybody's teams is feeling good. So there's that.
No comment.
Let's get to
Other
the
than other than fire Matt Eberflus.
yes.
At that second half, the Bears quit, and I know this is not what this video is about, but the Bears quit. They quit. It's just that simple. And usually when they quit because of one person and one person only, and that's the head coach.
Yeah.
It is my belief, and we went back and forth about this. And I'm sorry, we're gonna get to these picks for a second. We went back and forth about this. He told Stevenson something and backed out on it.
Yeah.
That's just my belief. He told him to go to that podium and accept responsibility, and everything gonna be good. That's just my belief. I ain't got no proof that this has happened. And then he backed out on it, and he didn't accept responsibilities for his actions. And now he done lost the team. Get rid of him. Get rid of him now, so they can move on. Because this young quarterback is worth it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Let's get to this slate of NFL games. So the Thursday night game is going to be the Bengals at the Ravens.
Ooh. Ravens bounced back big after they bounced back big time too. But these divisional games are something, and Cincinnati has been playing well. I think they're in Baltimore, if I'm correct.
They're in Baltimore.
They're in Baltimore. Divisional games is something, man.
And they've already played earlier in the year, and that game went to OT last time in Cincinnati.
In Cincinnati, right. I really do like the way Baltimore is like up and down, up and down. And Cincinnati is just they're on a. I like
Yeah, they're
Cincinnati.
like Cincinnati's a team with me that it's like you don't know what team you're getting. You could be getting good Cincinnati or you could be getting bad Cincinnati where nothing is just working. I'm gonna
Well,
go,
it's the same with Baltimore.
yeah.
It's the same with Baltimore too. But you know how these division games go; they are all tough.
Yep.
Um, and Cleveland showed that when they beat Baltimore
Yep.
with the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
So I like Cincinnati, man. I think if they can protect Burrow, they can they can score some points on Baltimore. I like Cincinnati.
Yep. I'm gonna go Baltimore winning in another close game.
Yeah.
Um, that's just my opinion. So
No,
I'll,
no, it's all right. It's good because again, these divisional games are really tough,
yeah.
and it's really hard to decide with these type games. And the AFC North it's one of them trippy type divisions.
Yep.
So yeah,
Also too, do you think Cleo Herbert's gonna make any impact since he did get traded to Cincinnati?
I think Chase Brown's still going to be the number one guy,
I think
but
he said
when
he
they
got
need
hurt. He got
to
a neck injury, so he hurt right now.
really,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna just say this: I think Khalil Herbert is the better runner than Chase Brown. Chase Brown seems to be one of them tweener type guys who they like to put in when they want to pass or run third down situations, things like that. But Khalil Herbert is that first, second down back that I think can probably wind up replacing the load that they gave to Joe Mixon. So I think eventually Herbert's going to get that spot, but I don't think Brown's going to give it up anytime soon.
Bengals only give up a seventh round pick for Khalil Herbert. That was one of the trades this deadline. Moving on
I
to the
thought it was
next.
the seventh and a fifth.
No, it's just the seventh.
Okay,
Yeah. That's
all
that's
right.
on that's on Ryan Poles. He wasn't telling his coaches to play Khalil Herbert to raise his incentive price.
Well, I knew the reason why we knew why he wasn't playing. He was eventually going to get traded. They wanted to keep the young man healthy. I get all of that, but they could have got better than the 7th round pick. But we are talking about the Bears.
Let's get them out the way since I don't want to even talk about them. They're playing.
They at home. They at home. They're gonna wound up bouncing back, and they're gonna beat the lowly ass Patriots. And then Eberflus is gonna get to the doggone podium and act like he just won the damn Super Bowl.
Yes, the Bears.
That's what's gonna wind up happening. They're gonna beat the lowly Patriots. However, I'm gonna say this because I said it when they beat Carolina. They lose to the Patriots. Let him go immediately.
Yep. Bears are playing in a must-win situation against the Patriots at home. The weather is, I looked at the forecast, the weather is going to be apparently raining.
Falls right into the hands of the defense.
We don't know if Montez Sweat will play because he's still got the shin injury. We don't know if Kyler Gordon or Jaquan Brisker will play those games in that game. Again, I'm going to do what my uncle says. I can't trust him no more. I can't trust him no more. So you know what I'm gonna do? And I'm gonna have to see if I can get my boy Matt, because he's my friend Matt, who's a college buddy. He's a Patriots fan. I'm gonna see if he wants to come on the game recap and talk about the game with us because he's a Patriots fan. My mom got like a mini Patriots helmet. I'm gonna send it to him in the mail. But I can't do it anymore. Just like my uncle says with the Raiders or any other team, he just don't trust. I don't trust the Bears anymore.
Don't trust them. Yeah.
And from what I've seen the last 2 weeks, one, I said in my post-game recap, if anybody wants to check it out about the Bears, ever since the Hail Mary from hell, not the Hail Maryland, for the Bears' perspective, it's the Hail Mary from hell. It's just been a constant circle of like, all right, this thing. I literally said it's the start of the implosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Sunday, that was just the begin. The fact that the coaches or the players are just not playing hard, they should have, regardless, even though they didn't have certain players playing that game, they should have beat the Cardinals, but they didn't. And when you had your head coach come out of the halftime thing, and he has his halftime press conference before the third quarter starts, he literally told the players, that's the score, and we have each other. And I said in my post-game recap, if I'm a player in that locker room and you hear your coach saying that, your head coach saying that, oh, sorry. Anything you say is going through one ear, right out the next. And that's it.
And on top of that, they were done on that halftime run.
Oh yeah,
they were
before
done.
The half.
They were done
half.
then. That game was over then. That's when I turned that game off, and I pretty much texted you and I said, "Listen, I'm not going to be able to make the recap. I'm gonna."
Yeah.
I couldn't do it because I mean, just you gotta let him go, man. You gotta let him go. You gotta be able to do something to try to salvage the season. And it doesn't seem like Poles or the McCaskies wants to make that move. That Hail Mary, those 2 plays were indicative of piss poor leadership. And then they go into Arizona, get more piss poor leadership, and then y'all expect the home cooking to be able to pull this stuff together because you got New England, then you got Green Bay, and I think Minnesota.
That's when you play your divisional gauntlet.
You got to
be
a man.
Just to end off our take about this whole thing.
Yeah. We got picks to make.
I'm picking New England to win this game in an upset. And honestly,
if they lose in New England, then I will tell you, they got to get rid of this dude.
If they lose to New England,
they got to figure out a way to get that locker room back.
If they lose to New England, I already believe the locker room's lost, but you're really severely going to lose the locker room, and they're just not going to give a shit anymore. Caleb won't give a shit, even though he's not been playing good the last 2 weeks. Nothing's going to be good.
Why is that? Why is that? We can't always sit up and say it's all on Caleb.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, he's still a rookie playing behind a makeshift offensive line that they're just trying to plug and play.
Yep.
You you gotta put this rookie under situations that he can win in. You got DJ Moore walking off the field before a play is over.
Yeah.
That's coaching.
Yeah. Yeah. It's bad for us Chicago Bear fans. And listen, with
That's
how heated
coaching.
with how heated Chicago gets, they lose to New England. I said in my post game recap, lose to New England. You don't fire
It's
the coach
done.
after that.
Let him go.
If you don't fire the coach after that, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start calling for Ryan Poles heads because now you already got Bear fans like,
Yeah, I agree. Because at that moment, it's gonna have to be in the hands of the McCaskies. It's gonna have to be in the hands of the leadership above polls. Hey,
Kevin
dude,
Warren,
you got to get rid of this guy.
Kevin Warren.
Kevin Warren, you got to sit up and say, oh, dude, you got to get rid of this guy. He done lost the locker room.
We'll see. I think Kevin
Forget
Warren.
about the business of football. Forget about the business of football. The business is booming when you winning.
Yeah. Yeah, but Kevin Warren's more worried about this idea of a stadium being built, and yet you don't have any approval to start building. But anyways, whatever. We're gonna move on. I got Patriots over
Yeah.
Bears, so they
Okay.
lose. I honestly hope the Bears lose because that only means this. Only more hate's gonna come out of this. I'm gonna be upset.
Yep.
I'm gonna be ranting, and then guess what? We're only one
Yep.
step closer to getting Eberflus out of town.
And I try not to rant just to keep you calm, but I got to admit, I'm pissed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I'm a little bit more old school than you are. So I try not to rant because them 4-letter words are gonna be flying out a little bit more often. And I don't want to do that on your channel. So let's just get rid of them and keep my mouth closed.
Next up,
Please.
I guess we're not done with these international games. Well, good luck to frickin' Munich, Germany. You're getting Giants at Panthers.
Oh, they don't even know. They are just so oblivious. They just want the NFL. Is just and the Panthers and Giants fans, they'll just wear their jerseys, not knowing how just totally pathetic the two franchises are. I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah, they're the better team.
I'm I'm going with the Giants. The Panthers still haven't proven anything. They beat a team that they beat a New Orleans team that's
This is just
just
dead in the water. They
it's
did they
just dead.
did they did what the Bears should have did yesterday, and that's fired
Correct.
their head coach.
They just dead in the water, and they're using Dennis Allen as a scapegoat. But you can't get beyond all the injuries that this dude has been hit up with.
Yeah.
So anyway,
At
I'm
least,
going
at
with the
least, at least
Giants.
the Saints are like, well, we'll just get rid of the problem now and just look to find somebody new.
Might as well.
That's what the
Might as
Bears should be
well.
doing. But hey, the Bears are too.
And watch. And watch. I'm gonna go ahead and predict it right now. They're not gonna fire that dude. They're not gonna fire him. And Ben Johnson, who with the Lions, he gonna go to New Orleans. He gonna go to New Orleans. I'm saying it right here, right now.
If they let Ben Johnson just walk away to New Orleans, I'm gonna be.
Man,
You're not only gonna be having again. You're gonna be calling for Poles head. Poles is gonna be
yep.
very.
Just keep this video because when it happens, I want you to go ahead and record it and keep this in the video that we make just to say I said it. Of course, you can pop it up in there just to say that it didn't happen too. But watch. Ben Johnson gonna wind up going to New Orleans.
Speaking of,
and they'll probably draft Shedeur Sanders too.
well, that's based on how bad they are.
Oh, dude, come on now. This season's over for New Orleans. But they're on a 7-game losing streak.
Yeah, they're 2-7. They're tied with Giants.
2-7.
They got to keep tanking. Broncos at Chiefs. Chiefs win last night's Monday night game in overtime against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Broncos coming off a blowout loss to Baltimore. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs too, but they are having a lot of close games that are decided in the last couple of drives, and in the playoffs it may wind up hurting them.
Yeah,
So we'll see. But for this week, I'll go with Chiefs.
Yep. Next up, Steelers at the Washington Commanders. The Commanders made some moves. They traded for Marshawn Lattimore. Huh. It's very funny when you compare their situations, and you got a good GM that's actually willing to go make the moves needed to improve not only their offensive line, that was one of the worst offensive lines last year, you also help out your rookie quarterback by giving him adequate coaching. On top of it, you're actually winning. Who would have
Well,
thought,
I will
Chicago?
say this: a lot of hype went into that game with the Jaden Daniels, but was he overly impressive that game?
No, no.
No, no, no. And everyone wants to sit up here and crown him all because he threw up a Hail Mary. And the only reason why they got the Hail Mary is because of the ineffective of the coaching on the other side. Now he about to come up against a coach with a real defense. I'm going Pittsburgh.
Oh, you're just
I'm going Pittsburgh.
you're doing the hater approach like I typically do.
Hell yeah, I'm doing Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go with Washington.
Pittsburgh. I'm going Pittsburgh. I'm going with Mike Tomlin because I can guarantee you in a similar scenario, you won't see Tomlin doing that stuff. You won't see any player sitting over there celebrating before the players ran. Tomlin will call a timeout, bring that youngin to the bench, sit his ass down, and go with somebody else that's a little bit more serious about the situation. Sorry, I'm doing it again. Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go Washington. As they're just, to me, in my opinion, they're just the better team. But they almost have identical records. But this can be an exciting matchup to watch. Next up, Minnesota at the lowly Jacksonville Jaguars.
Um, yeah, I still like Minnesota. Jacksonville, they did come back a little bit on Philadelphia. They didn't play too bad against Jacksonville. I mean, they're not playing great football, but they're not playing bad football either. They play good enough to stay in football games, but they're just coming up against really, really much better football teams. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. But I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Minnesota, even though they're gonna be in Jacksonville. I think
Yeah,
Doug Peterson at some point he might get fired. He potentially could get fired. This could be the game that they just be like the Jaguars are just like, you know what? We'll just move off on you, and we'll start a search early.
yeah. Would you take if they fire Peterson? Would you take him if the Bears fire Eberflus?
God no,
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't either.
no.
Too old school.
Next up, Falcons at the lowly New Orleans Saints.
No, move on.
Yeah, Falcons.
Yeah.
Next up will be the San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay.
They play hard. They're playing hard. Hey, look, I'll give them credit. They play hard, and they got a
I
lot of
gotta
injuries
admit,
themselves.
they play really hard, and um,
Now, Christian McCaffrey did say that he returned to practice, so he might be activated to play.
maybe if they activate them, which I don't think they will because their bye week is next week, I think.
Mhm.
No, they just came off their bye. I think. I think they came off their no. Their bye week is next week, I think. Anyway, I thought they were really going to hold him until after the bye. Um, I'll go with San Francisco still.
Yeah,
Because
I'll go with San Francisco.
yeah, they don't get out of what they're doing. But San Francisco is really banged up. Jennings, McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo. They're just really banged up. But the glue is McCaffrey. They get him back. All of that's going to come together.
Yeah.
But I'll still go with San Francisco.
Yep. Next game, Bills at Colts. Don't know if Anthony Richardson's going to be starting.
No, they already said Flacco's getting another go. He just, he just came up against a really good defense, man. I mean, he just came against, and he gonna be going up against another really good defense.
Yeah.
But I still like Buffalo, even though Amari Cooper still may not play because of his wrist. I still like Buffalo. It's not going to be easy, but Buffalo still should go up in there and get a W.
Yeah, I'll go with Buffalo. They had a very good, hard fought win against the Dolphins. I thought this was gonna actually be the game the Dolphins finally get over the hump and beat them, but then Josh Allen gets them in field goal range, and then Bass hits the field goal to win the game.
Yeah. What was 61 yards? I think it was a doozy.
Especially after he missed like a field goal at some point earlier in the game.
Yeah, I think he missed a 53, I believe it was. But Buffalo for me is the one team that's playing like they got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. Next up, Tennessee at the Chargers. Chargers with a solid win against the Cleveland Browns, just beat them at every inch, and then Titans. They had a hard-fought overtime victory against the Patriots. But I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think they're just a better team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chargers, man. They play that old school football, and I think the last couple of weeks they've been opening up the pass a little bit. But to be a little bit more balanced. But I think when it's all said and done, man, Chargers should be able to, get this W.
Yeah. Next up, Eagles at the Cowboys. We're going with the Philadelphia Eagles because the Cowboys just are absolute god awful.
They are a mess. They are a mess. I think Cooper Rush is going to start. Enough said. Eagles should go up in there and beat them really good.
Yeah, they ain't got no defense. Their offense already to the
Everybody's
back
hurt.
Quarterback.
Yeah,
Even CeeDee Lamb, he's expected to play, but he got like a freaking AC joint injury.
Yep. Just on one hand, you don't like it because you really want to rag on Cowboys fans, but it's injuries, man. Injuries. It's a team breakup if you don't have depth, and we've already talked about that a lot. So it's hitting the Cowboys just like it's hitting a couple other teams too. And Cowboys ain't going to the playoffs. As a matter of fact, they might be vying for a top 5 draft pick.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley had a highlight play though. That was a crazy play though.
I know, right? Backwards. But I think you're gonna have a lot more room to run with in this game.
Yeah. Next up, the New York Jets at the Arizona Cardinals.
Aaron Rodgers have been playing pretty good the last couple games. Arizona's been playing pretty good. And you know how much I've liked Arizona all year long. I like the Jets defense better. So I'm gonna go with the Jets. They're going to Arizona and beat them. I'm gonna go there.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I know it's against our Bears, but what they still did was still pretty impressive. Frankly, and then Kyler Murray didn't have to do much, really.
Of course not. He's not playing the Bears defense. He's playing a Matt Eberflus defense. He was playing against that. The Bears filling against their head coach.
Yep. Detroit at Houston. That Sunday night football game.
They still don't have Stephon Diggs, and without Stephon Diggs and Nico Collins, man, did Houston look atrocious. So I think they're going into another game without their 2 top wideouts. Yeah, man, Detroit should
Yeah.
Detroit should win this game based on that.
Yeah, and the thing in that Jets game is the Jets got home to CJ Stroud, just creating a lot of pressure, and then the Lions just did trade
Hmm.
for Zadarius Smith from the Browns.
Yeah, buddy. So the Browns finally is cashing it in after that loss. So
Yeah,
Detroit,
I'm going Detroit right now. They just look like the best team,
yeah,
probably just all, I'm gonna be honest, in all of football right now.
yeah. And Stroud was 11 of 30, and 6 of them went to Tank Dell.
Yeah,
You can't beat the Lions that way. They're gonna have to really run the football and keep that Detroit offense. Keep that Detroit offense off the field.
yeah,
I can't see them doing it. So I'm going with Detroit because they got stuff everywhere.
yeah. They absolutely humiliated Green Bay in Green Bay.
Yeah, they got it everywhere.
I can't believe I hate to admit it, but I gotta give props. I was like, these dudes ain't going all the way. They might go all the way.
Yeah, I got to admit, but see, San Francisco got hit by injuries. Philadelphia got hit with the injury bug a little bit early on. So it's the top teams in the conference, who we thought would be the top teams in the conference. They just got hit by injuries really hard, and I mean Dallas is in that group too. But Detroit, man, they got depth too.
Yeah.
They got depth. So they just got too much for everybody. Detroit should win this game.
Yeah. And then your Monday night game is the Miami Dolphins at the Los Angeles Rams.
At the Rams, I like the Rams. Now that they're healthy and they got Nakua and Cup back,
Yep.
like the Rams.
Yeah.
Like them really good. Bigger question is, who do you think is going to win that NFC West?
Um, right now it looks like it could potentially be a three-team race between the Cardinals, the 49ers, and the Rams. I don't
Ooh,
out of those
Seattle's not a
three,
problem.
Seattle sucks now.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I
Well,
have a
yeah,
friend again, I have a friend who our coworker who's a Seattle fan. He said they're done.
they're done. Okay. Well, I'm gonna still stick with Arizona because I just think that, well, if McCaffrey comes back and all these other cats come back, I think San Francisco is looking pretty good. But Arizona, man, I've liked them all year long. I'll
Yeah,
go there.
Seattle's realistically not out of the division. The only
No,
problem is they're 0-2 in the division. They lost to the 49ers and they lost to the Rams. So they're
correct,
already behind the eight ball.
correct. So, but yeah, I like Arizona to actually win that division. Um, NFC East, Washington. I don't think anybody's beaten Detroit. So for right now, those are the 3 division winners that I see this halfway point of the season. AFC, obviously, Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh in that division. Teams really get up for Baltimore so much that I think Pittsburgh is going to just stay right ahead of them. Kansas City ain't nobody beating them in that division.
Yeah.
And then you got the AFC East, and like I said before, Buffalo is. I mean, they playing like they got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
So, but the interesting one is going to be the AFC North and the AFC South because Indianapolis is still in it.
Yeah.
If they win this week,
They'll be 5-5, and if Houston
be five
loses,
and
they'll be
five.
6-4.
That's correct. They're still in it. So must-win games all around.
Yep.
But you know, NFC South Falcons is going to eventually run away with that division. Tampa Bay's hurt. The Panthers in New Orleans, they're going to be vying for the number 1 pick overall. So it's the Falcons division to win. And I think they'll win it. They've already beat Tampa Bay twice. So with that being said, I mean, even if they end up in a tie, that they're going to win that division. So right now they're in a good spot to just go ahead and just coast.
Yeah.
So, but the Bears lose against New England, they're done for the season.
I think they're already been done.
No, they got to, I mean, they still got a shot. They got to get somebody up in there for me that's got to give them a jolt.
You think they can win? So if they beat the Patriots, you think they can win four games out of this stretch? The Packers,
They
the
have the
Vikings.
roster to do it. They have the roster to do it. The problem is, the question is that everyone seems to be asking is, do they have the leadership to do it?
No, they don't.
Right now, no. But they have an opportunity. They have an opportunity to do a quick exorcism of that team and get somebody up in there that's going to give them a jolt, similar to what, the Raiders got last year. It was similar to that. But once they got Pierce up in there, they started playing harder, playing better. They didn't win. There's a couple of games they lost, but the Raiders were no pushover when he first took over that team last year. That's what the Bears need. They need someone that's going to be able to give that team a jolt. And personally, I think Caleb Williams, just whatever he's saying on the sidelines and in the media and in the press, just shut up. Because right now, I think a couple of wideouts aren't really impressed with you. But video for another day.
Yeah. But for that to happen, like you say you want to happen, the head coach got to go.
Got to go.
So,
got to go. He stays, Bears are done. And the players already told you this. They just told you this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just told you this. With that performance, the latter part of the first half, and then the entire second half. They just told you, we don't want this dude anymore.
Yep.
And Poles has got to do something.
Yeah. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Yes, plain and simple.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well,
yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta get back to doing my virtual work stuff. And yeah, but till then, guys, we'll be back next week with more NFL Week 11 predictions, and then Sunday it'll be with Bears recap, talking about Chicago Bears.
Bears lose to New England, or if it's a close game, man, I don't know if you're gonna want me for your recap.
No, I want you on the recap.
Yeah. you may not want me on that recap, man.
Matt's gonna be there too.
I'll definitely be up because Monday is a national holiday. We don't have to go to work, so I'll be able to watch the game, and I won't have to worry about sleeping. So, but if New England wins that game, don't even. I might have to promise on the KJV to be good.
Packers are trading edge rusher Preston Smith to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They're gonna beat the Commanders.
Okay. There you go. There you go.
They're gonna beat the Commanders. They're gonna beat them.
So, anyways,
they can't. They won't be able to man up on them like they did the Bears.
Yep. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here.
Pickens will eat that secondary up to sleep. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna do the thing. Enjoy your guys' day. Don't know when this video is going up because it's the day of election day. Be safe out there. Obviously, whatever the results happen, just be safe. Just be safe, please, because there's gonna be people out here.
It is what it is. Yep.
It is what it is.
Yep.
Obviously, I have my preference on who I want to win over somebody, but if it happens to
me too,
that, then it is what it is at the end of the day. Just Be careful out there. People will take shit too damn seriously.
And know that the entire world is watching. I can tell you, they definitely here in Germany, they definitely concerned about the presidential election. So everyone is watching. So just vote your mind, vote your heart, vote your spirit, and just be safe.
Yep. Anyway, it's Rennie Gaffer. Catch you guys next video. We'll be back on Sunday for Bears game recap. And that's it. Also, I forgot to make a mention. Getsy got fired again too. So good job, Chicago. Good job, Chicago.
If they can fire Getsy and Dennis Allen, how come we can't fire Eberflus?
I don't know. All right. We're gonna go. Till then, catch you guys later.